Okay, it's 1 week. Started a new thing suggested by my buddy, the bass player. Even though I'm working out at night for an hour, trying first thing in the morning, do some intensive exercise before even brushing my teeth. And he's studying, praying, meditation, anything. And it's really been giving good energy. I was watching people who go into the ice box. That's really insane. But a lot of them were saying the reason they do it, it's every part of your body and your mind. It's like you have to break through like some type of challenge. Then you can do it. It's short, it's intense, it's quick. So it's really, I was seeing that, wow, it's been changing the early part of my days where I was spending it mostly really the silence and quietness and with just meditative guitar and everything. But it does add something really good and release. And but it is extremely painful and challenging to get right out of the bed and go right for it. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna show you what I do. It's a very short thing of push-ups, sit-ups, and some leg stuff against the wall. It all takes about 6 minutes, and but then it releases some serious good energy if you can withstand it. All right, it's always good to check, change things up, try stuff out, especially if your buddies are doing it. So this is the bass player Moshe's advice. He's been doing this. He's looking good, staying young. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get 40 here. 1, 2, 3. I had another 2 today. Oh, those last ones are killing. Oh, Moshe, killing me in the morning. Okay, now I do some quick sit-ups. Whew. Here we go. Something behind my back, it's a little cold on the floor. I want to get it back cold. Catch my breath just a second. Woo. Yeah. Here we go. Whew. Okay. Now I'm not saying that you should follow my example of techniques, even though 40 years or so I've been working out since my days playing football, basketball, and lifting weights and being a gym instructor. But people argue, just like in spiritual things, about technique. Get so many different opinions. Do what works for you. Go slow, know your own body. Okay. 2, 3. Yes. I catch my breath. do something with it. Okay. Whew. Wouldn't you know it? The good thing about relieving stress, I got my mechanic calling me from the garage. Wow. I've had crazy few weeks with the car. Keep putting money into it and the problem doesn't get fixed so well. I'm gonna show you the last thing here. What you like to do, I gotta do a lot of leg work because carrying the luggage, being on the stage, everything. So sitting against the wall like this, is really good exercise. Doing this for years. It's one of the things that helped me in COVID, the first 47-day isolation period. I was doing push-ups against the wall and a lot of sitting against the wall. It's good cardiovascular, it's good for the knees, good for the thighs. Sometimes you slip, bring it up a little bit. Again, it's kind of intense. There. All right, it's really burning. Really burning. Right, my feet are a little bit too far. There we go. Oh, oh, no pain, no gain. It's good to push yourself, you know. We'll make it through life's things. Okay. And then at the very end, after I finish, I like to totally flex all my muscles in the whole body, for just 30 seconds. The calves, the toes, thighs, your butt, your stomach, biceps, chest, shoulders. Just hold it in. That's it. Ready for a great day. Whatever comes our way. Yeah, I didn't even comb my hair, brush my teeth, wash my face. Oh, what a beautiful day. In Israel here. And I guess it's today December 1st or November 30th, something like that. And I think December 1st. And look at the beautiful day, sun. Feels about at least 75 on the porch. There's the view. Here's the flowers. And you can all give me a big hug because I had to make it to a very traumatic experience. My best friend for the last few years, my teacher, Swami B, my rabbit, he went to transform into, I'm sure he's transformed into a higher being. It was extremely painful, and our pets get so attached to them, and especially when they just give sweetness and they don't give too much pain. But he passed away like a real soldier. He really had some intestinal problems, and it was too late to get him to the hospital. And he was spending a lot of time on the windowsill, and it was kind of strange because he only goes to the windowsill from the porch when I wash the porch, and it's wet. He doesn't like the water. But they say that this happens, and he was Tried to give him water, drinking a little water. Tried to do all this stuff for him. He was just looking at me, and I was looking at him. It was painful, super painful for my daughter. And then, like 1 minute before he passed away, he jumped off the windowsill and went under this bed here where he usually hangs out in the sun and spends a lot of time sleeping. I guess he just felt that's where he wanted to let his soul leave his body. And he did it very gracefully. And the worst was I had to go right away. 10 minutes after, I had to go play a show, leave for a show. So my dad really hooked me up. My dad came, it's about a 40-minute drive, and they went out into the woods and they buried Mimi, and he did a whole service for him. It's important for the kids. And my daughter, she's 16, she's very sensitive, loves animals. She was very connected, so it's good to close the circle. And we gave him a real good life here. But, this is one of those things about being honest with your emotions, that my friends were with me at the first show. Every love song I sang, from the bottom of my heart, I was thinking it's a rabbit. And you have to be honest with yourself, and then you have to go on, you have to push through. And then the first few days, I would go down, had to get myself out of that. And 2 days ago, I was clearing off videos from make room on my phone. I found one of my last videos where I was playing with him, just saying how much he was so sweet. And but nothing. We have to know the things with pets and even family and everything. Everything is fleeting here, so we have to enjoy it, give love, be fully engaged, fully involved, but in a healthy way of not possessiveness. Being there, but knowing that nothing lasts forever, and to deal with that reality. And it's challenges, but so it is good to mourn for these things, but at the same time, everything has to be put into proportion. Just as in everything, that's the reality of the world. And I like to observe myself to see how these things are. And I've had at least 2 years of serious health problems with my parents, where I've had to face death in the family before. And I don't talk about it too much, but I had a very, very traumatic experience when I was very young, 4 years old. So I knew from a very young age that nothing here is forever, and that death is a reality. It helps keep your perspective on life, and but at the same time, we have to know how to be, not cut off our emotions, but how to emotion management through mind management and self-awareness, and making the best of every second of this blessing of this thing called life, which can be extremely confusing, extremely challenging, and yet it's a huge blessing. But see all these good energies from the early workout. So anyway, nice to hang out with everybody, and got a lot new music coming up, and we're doing some recordings, so I don't have as many shows coming up these days, but we'll be doing that again soon. And everybody with their own personal challenges. This too shall pass. Anybody getting too excited about their new car, their new love life, their new house, their new whatever, this too shall pass. So just keep laughing, keep joyful, playful, light on your feet, healthy body, healthy mind. And thank you everybody for all the love you send me, and hoping I'm sending it back. And I always say the three things you got to do every day is You have to have time for the highest knowledge, self-knowledge. You have to take private time to watch the mind, try to inquire inside, because when we know ourselves and we realize that the mind is an unbelievable tool. If we are the masters of it, if we become enslaved of it, it is the worst thing in the world, engaging the ego, jealousy, hatred, fear, anxiety, all of those things, and desire. So you have to spend some time. The world will not be cured without self-knowledge, with our own self-knowledge, and that takes a little bit of time. It can be super boring, it can be super hard, but there's nothing better than it, of catching those few minutes of just no thoughts. That is the first step of your own happiness and the world's happiness. The second thing is, the world is suffering from hatred and ignorance. So it's good to spend some time every day investigating a little bit about other people's heritage or religion or belief system. You can actually get to a stage where you realize how much all of it is in common, and how incredibly stupid and backwards all these family feuds, which really is the conflict of everything, stems from these really Hatfield and McCoy old family feud mentality, where people get locked into small headspace. And so to cure the world's problems, we have to get used to challenging our own belief systems and looking at other belief systems. That's very healthy. The third thing is, you have to take care of your body. You got to eat healthy and do exercise. So those three things, bless everybody to focus on it. Looks like I got to do a little shaving here. Okay, Lazer, you're looking pretty good for 56. Got to stay in shape for the grandkids. And Lazer has done a lot of change, a lot of mistakes, a lot of growing, a lot of learning over the 56 years, and it's a beautiful thing. And let go of the pride, realize what you got to fix, and take it one day at a time. Consistency is the biggest success story. How do you know if you're growing in your spiritual path? Is just like in a physical path. If you see yourself going to the gym a few times every week and you keep that up for a few months, no matter how you're looking, that is success. And I'm sure you'll see a change in your body. But the same thing with the spiritual thing. You have to, if you see you're persistently going to quiet the mind, investigate who I really am, what I am, and you're consistent with it. I have to remind myself every free second I have during the day, I try to take a time to do it. And you can keep yourself in a really, really beautiful space. Even when you're in the midst of craziness, you have that awareness. So don't get down on yourself if you feel you haven't made a lot of improvement, but consistency and being persistent is the sign that you are making success. Love y'all.